Sometimes you gotta let it roll, and sometimes you get enough fold. This is Bloodbowl.
Boys and girls, Heretic of You, back with more Blood Bowl. More specifically, Sylvan Bowl Finals, Season 13. We are all tied up at 1-1. Amazons versus Lizardmen. This is the second half, so let's jump right in. We got the opening kickoff, and it looks like Amazons are planning. I think they got a blitz and are planning to steal the ball from the Lizardmen with that free turn. Okay, so Amazons are going to go in for the steal. Try to pull off the onside kick. Gets the roll, but you are not protected. So, that's pretty good, but you're going out on... I mean, you're basically depending on your static defense of block and dodge on that particular Zon. But yeah, she's guaranteed going to get blitzed. I don't know if his frenzy guy is nearby, but that's who I'd probably pick to pull that blitz off. Just frenzy her right into the sideline if you don't get the POW. We'll see how they handle this, though. So we're going into a Lizard's turn. Who won? So they're going to start by activating on the line of scrimmage. 2-die block. Is that just a push? No, that is actually popping armor. And we got our first KO. So Lizard's wasting no time, man. They're just like, we're going to go in and we're going to take as many girls as possible. Is this going to be a skink blitz? That would be interesting. Yeah, but you got all of these green guys coming in. Oh, maybe it is a skink blitz. It's going to have to rush to get over there. He is. Is that going to be a 1-die blitz? No. Or is he going to try and go for a 3-die? Well, let's see. That would be 4, 5, 6. So not 3-die. So I'm not sure why run the skinks over there first. You know what I'm saying? Here's the frenzy guy. So frenzy guy, just like I called it, is gonna get her down. But you see, because what I'm saying is, like, he didn't need any assists in that moment. So having the skinks run up there, sure, you got tackle zones. You got a tackle zone on the ball. However, one of those guys could have ran and secured the ball. But again, I am doing my Monday QBing, basically, watching this game. We have the gift of hindsight in this case. But just to... And what we got here? Line of scrimmage continuing. They're going to pummel the line of scrimmage some more. There you go. Is he going to get a knockdown? No. Well, he got a knockdown, but you know, nobody off the pitch, but one girl off the pitch at the gate. Not a bad start for the Lizardmen. They also have taken the ball away from the Amazons. Amazons basically trying to pressure them into the hurry up offense. It was a gamble. Not sure if that was worth the gamble, guys. Not entirely sure, but we'll see how they handle this. They're going to go and try to pick up the ball. That's a lot of steps there. Plus, the ball is in a tackle zone. Does he get it? He's going to burn a reroll. Spends a reroll to secure the ball and gets the roll. So pretty clutch. Not sure if you really wanted to burn that reroll turn one, but you do have possession of the ball. The only thing is you're pretty dangerously, you're right there on the edge once again, considering moving his guy, but he's going to move on and say, okay, back to their original strategy of smashing people in the face. We got a single die block there, and that is not going to go well. A rare single die block on a Saurus? Interesting. So, Amazons will now have a chance to answer, can they get a block? That should be a blitz right there. But no, he's going to move on to other things first. Considering the hit. Why? So we got a 2-die block on a Saurus. And that's going to end up in a push eventually. There you go. Nice push, guys. Now, can you knock that skink out? You're going to have to cancel. That'd be a stand-up blitz. And you'd have to cancel or do a single die block, looks like. So the skink or chameleon, can't really tell from this angle, does have an assist. So that's interesting. He chooses to block with he doesn't do the stand-up blitz. He blocks with one of his linemen and opts not to follow. The not follow is actually a good move, but why not do the stand-up blitz unless that player is stunned? Let's see what they end up doing. So basically, Zons are considering trapping him by setting up tackle zones so that he can't run down that lane. They're basically trying to block off that whole area, or just make all of that, so many tackle zones that he'd have to roll through. So that's an interesting strategy. I personally would have tried to figure out a way to knock him out since he's so close. You got to punish these guys for playing that close to the sidelines. But again, they're not in the championship. Zon's coming up with some interesting defense strategies. If you look at the board here, they actually get a favorable block, 2-die block on a Saurus. So looking at the board, I think he's going to use the block skill to knock down that Saurus. You can only push the Amazons one way, as he fails to break armor. So if you're not knocking them out or injuring them, they're actually going to get in the way of the chameleon with the ball. So here we go. He's moving in his big guy, moves in for support. Starts picking up his down players, and we should get. He's going to declare a block action again trying to clear out those girls, but you'll see you're kind of pushing them in the way. So you're gambling on the dice at this point to be favorable, and we'll see what he gets with this first block action, which he does pop armor, and gonna be another casualty. Big guy coming in once again. Crusher having the game of his life. It's so bad I put 2 casualty markers on there. Croxagore. Wow. So yeah, that's going to open up the lane a little bit. I misread that play, so that was a blitz that he declared to open that up. So he's still got one player to beat. If you're the Lizards and you're going to try and break out that ball carrier, it's early though. I don't think you really need to. We got a 2-die block, another one, punishing the Amazons. Amazons are fearless, man. They're just taking it right to them. Is that working out? No, I think they could be a little bit more precise as he marks the last defender there. But you can see it's complicating things here. So he's gonna have to make some doges. Or that's a foul. So Barry Allen with the foul. KO's another girl. So you got 3 girls knocked out already. Just in this half alone. So that is just a devastating thing as it looks like they committed a turnover. He did pop armor, and this also will be a casualty. So Amazon's blitzer, Alexis Texas, coming off the boat down roll, the 1 in 9, the cursed 1 in 9 that will happen to your strength 4 players. New Lizardmen coaches, just be aware of that. When I call 1 in 9, what I mean is that on any of your 2-die blocks, if your guys don't have a block skill, you have a 1 in 9 chance of failing and actually hurting yourself, which just happened. So we'll see. Amazons now have an opportunity here to further. You got to figure out a way to somehow get a blitz off on the little guy. It's a little crowded in there though, so but it'll totally be worth it if they could get the stop. We'll see if they figure out how to do it. So this is where things like crowd pushes could come in. We got a single die block coming. I think, what is that? Oh, he's burning a reroll, so that wasn't good. Gets the POW result at that time. Is he gonna pop armor? Is he? Well, what he's done is it's freed up that side of the field, and so his girls will now be able to run and play defense, which is pretty good. Now, will he be able to get? Is he going to blitz? So it's interesting that he's concentrating on the other side of the field to get his defenders free. So it's good thinking by the Amazon coach. Sometimes I tend to hyper focus on the ball and forget about what other advantages we can get here. But it looks like he's doing a stand up, which is giving him an assist, which is giving him 2-die blocks. So he's getting. We've seen a number of 2-die blocks, despite the numbers disadvantage and the strength disadvantage. So keep that in mind. So that is one really, got to give praise where praise is due. That Amazon coach is doing the best of what he's got. And look at that. He's got a defender way downfield. All right, so how did the Lizards respond to this? You definitely need to clear some Amazon bodies out of the way. There's some key ones. And and your guy can be home free for a score, for a quick score there. So you just need a good blitz. Looks like he's going with the big guy. Well, why not? He's been having a good day. Is that a stand-up block? Was that his blitz? Huh. Well, it's his frenzy guy. I'm not sure if you wanted to focus over there or not. That to me is interesting. About target number, that girl would be target number 1. Yes, it's true. I already have a block on her, but I would have saved my blitz as well, because then you could knock her out of the pitch completely, and your guy would be free to run the length of the field. But we'll see how he plays this. So he's going to declare another 2-die block, continuing to go after the girls. Dodges in play, I guess. Or, nope, she went down. Going down. And here we go. Here's the big block. Does it count? It's going to push her that way. It's going to open up a small hole. And he's trying to figure out where he can go from there. I think he's going to maybe... You could maybe curve around and head back down. Don't know if you want to be out in the open field like that. He's thinking about where the blitz is going to be coming from. So that's, smart advanced coaching. So he instead opts to run in for the foul and stuns her. So again, Barry Allen doing the dirty work for the team. And instead they're just going to form a line. Well, you're leaving your ball carrier exposed. True, he's got a bunch of assists around him, but those could easily be canceled out, and you get a 2-die block on the ball carrier. So I would have sacrificed the square of movement, maybe moved him back a square instead of what he did there, because he just basically left his ball carrier open for a blitz. We'll see how the Amazons handle this, but they do have to do some risky dodging. So there's one good dodge. And he must have turned it over. Was that a turnover? Nope, that's not a turnover. That's a push. So he's still trying to think about how to get his guy busting him free. That's going to be the tough. So just keep throwing blocks. That's what you want to do in this situation. The hole will open up eventually if you keep throwing good blocks. You gotta be patient a little bit if you're going to be doing the run game. So here we go. We got a 2-die block. Is that going to be a push or a knockdown? Looks like she is going down. No armor break. And we got another block coming. Another 2-die block. Was that his blitz? I'm not sure. Just to break him free. So again, I think he's rushing this right here, but he's gonna blitz down the girl, and that'll be a 2-die block, and that should be a knockdown. Oh, I see. He didn't go after. He did a crowd push. Okay, knocked her down. Did not pop armor, and now he's just got barely enough room to squeeze through. So he's gonna throw a final 2-die block and push her out of the way. So There must have been an early turnover by the Zons, because now we have a situation where the Lizardmen can easily score, so he's gonna he's gonna foul again. Well, that's that's some balls there, man. 3 fouls with your ball carrier. I mean, I get he's got sneaky get. He's not going to get thrown out, but I haven't seen someone foul with the ball carrier as much. But that's sneaky get for you. You get sneaky get. Here we go. Amazons with a successful block, knocking down a skink, and now they're freeing up defenders. And they are getting set for a goal line defense. Here we go. Can he make the dodge? He does. And now we're looking at basically how well are they going to do in the open field, or do you? So basically, if you're playing open field defense, you want to keep your guys 2 squares apart. That will overlap tackle zones and make it a nightmare for people to try to run through. Now, you typically do this in pillars. They call it the pillar defense. And you would have, stacks of 2 players by 2 players. And those 4 players would be, 2 tackle zones apart. And that would spread out the number of tackle zones over the field and make it a nightmare for them. But when your players are getting knocked out and injured, you don't have that luxury. So they're going to do the best they can. And here we go. Here comes. Is that going to be a 3-die block? Yes, it is. From the big guy. That's who you want doing it. Unfortunately, gets the push, but that is enough for the opening. So it looks like at this point, they're going for it. Running down the field. He's going to use... he fails the rush. Does someone know the Heimlich? Because that skink done choked. Well, that's enough for you. Now I got the ball way out in the open. There's nobody guarding, no tackle zones, and you have a player downfield. So this is when I would say, Amazons should elf ball it up, as we see them throw a block on a skink. Anytime you get a skink out in the open like that, yeah, you want to throw a block and try to get him down. Unfortunately, that was his passer, so he's not going to air it out. I'm not sure how you're going to play this, but he's going to go for the ball. You do want to swing that across the field like he's going to do. I would have declared a pass, but that's not your thrower, so that's going to be a dangerous proposition. So instead, it looks like he's running back, which is okay if you can find a way to protect the ball. Now, he doesn't have enough free miniatures to do that, unfortunately. So it looks like he's going with we call this a half cage setup. It's good. It's some protection, not the best. You can still get blitz from behind, but it does offer some protection from the meat of the Lizardmen. So we get a reroll situation. It's a failed reroll, so that is a turnover. Lucky for him, they don't bust armor, but we're rolling into the Lizardman turn as he goes right into a block, and he will need a reroll. Actually, this is a loner reroll. For the Croxigar. Croxigar must have been subjected to the 1-in-9 rule. And Croxigar is going down, so he must have failed the loner roll. Armor was popped. And now the Croxigar is stunned. So back-to-back turnovers. That is going to breathe life into the Amazons. Now I get to play my favorite game, Armchair Quarterback, as they're all unactivated. So you want to get the ball into the thrower's hands. You do have a girl open for a blitz. I would blitz the skink marking the thrower. And hand off like he's doing right there. That's a risk because that's -1, so for a better 50% chance, and you got no rerolls. So I would have performed that blitz first before doing that. Lucky for him, that seems to work out, and he has to dodge. So I would have blitzed. That would have negated that -1 and the dodge roll. Less risk, better move. But again, I'm armchair quarterbacking. So here you got, a small pass. That's not what I would do. I'd probably run down a receiver. So you probably want to dodge. You probably want to dodge with this lineman. Of course, run down the field as far as you can go. Now she's one space behind the line of scrimmage. Her move's 6, and it's 13 squares, so you will need to do a couple of go for it's. The question is, do you want to end next to the thrower? Does the thrower want to do go for it's right now to get as much distance and to be in a position to hand off? You want the handoff because even though the thrower does get a free reroll on the pass, it's still better to just hand off because that's one less roll to make. Unfortunately, this Amazon team, even though it's the legacy Amazon team, this coach doesn't have an Amazon catcher. That's who you want, and this is the exact reason why you'd want that, as he's made both go for it's there, and then he's just got to make a dodge here. He gets the reroll, so that's good. So that's right. You want to end right there, and you are one turn away. Now you got to protect the ball. As you can see, his opponent's actually coming in, counting squares. He's trying to see what's going to take to counter. At this point, I think you want to leave the setup the way it is, and you want to throw some blocks to knock down skinks, because this could be an easy skink blitz, and that's what you want to avoid. So you got a 2-die block on a skink, knocking him down. That's a 1-die dodge to get around and put that lizard in 2 tackle zones. I'm not sure if that's the way I would go, but okay. I would have set up a screen using her down that middle lane. I would take this model and had it 2 tackle zones away from that lineman. And what that would do would take away any block options. You'd have to use a blitz to get through the screen, which means you couldn't blitz the ball, or you'd have to try to dodge through those overlapping tackle zones, or go around them like his opponent is trying. So here he goes. Here's the first dodge. He makes the first dodge and makes a go for it. So he's going to mark with that. Why not just blitz? I'm not sure why you wouldn't just blitz with that model. That's a 2-die block. For some reason, maybe he's got a better guy. Maybe he's using his frenzy guy. But then that would involve a dodge, and he'd waste his last reroll, and his model falls down to the ground, and so we are going into the last thing, which is basically that's going to be a handoff. He's going to have to make a dodge, handoff, and maybe a couple go for it. Maybe one go for it. Do it. So here comes the dodge.
3 plus.
Dodge roll was good. And now the handoff catch.
Look at this.
That's all he's going to need.
Okay. Now,
Hand
for the
off.
game.
3 plus for the game.
There you go. There's the
4.
hand
Well,
off.
actually, it's not. Then it's a roll.
Yeah, plus
I need
a
to go
plus
for
a
it.
go for it.
Yeah.
So I need what?
A 3 plus.
3 plus?
Yep.
2. Do I get a reroll anyway?
Do you have?
Do you have a reroll?
For
who? For number 9? Damn it.
No catch.
Dodge your frenzy.
Ooh,
So then she drops the ball.
drops the ball. How do you guys want to handle this? Because you guys are going to OT.
Yeah. 1 die. All right.
Here's the thing. This is how it normally is. You pick a guy who you want to score this touchdown because it's a penalty kick.
I'm going to say,
No, because it matters for the app.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say for me 9.
And
Okay,
I
9.
can pick anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
Oh yeah, I pick Crusher.
All right. So you put them next to each other. We gotta make this official.
All right.
Okay.
A 9.
Penalty goal.
I mean-
kick.
She's there.
Yeah.
She's there. She's there. All right.
I
All
feel
right.
like
Roll
she's
it. Roll it. Roll it.
Wait. Where's the highest?
Highest.
Highest.
Okay. Ready?
6.
5.
Oh my God! No way!
I lost on a die roll again.
No way!